So if you had to describe, what we do, like what Egoscue is to a new client, who's wondering, what would you say? How would you describe it?
Usually how I explain it to people is we are a whole body approach and it's corrective exercise to address alignment. Usually that's in a nutshell, and then the question is like, oh wait, really posture? And I think nowadays posture and functional fitness are terms that are kind of like the buzzwords of the health and fitness industry as a whole. There's a lot of classes that are termed functional training or posture restoration and things like that. Whereas Egoscue has been around for many decades, and the concept of posture is not just how well you can stand up straight. That is one foundation of it. We want to see your shoulders, your hips, your knees, and your ankles all forming 90-degree angles and straight lines, but it's also how well they function.
Yeah.
So you can, be sitting up tall, standing up straight, but if you're not using the right muscles to do that, you're still going to be uncomfortable. If you're, trying to run faster, golf better, or, improve performance as a professional athlete or as an amateur athlete or just a recreational athlete, if you're not using the joints effectively and actually getting the full range of motion, the full function, it still is going to be a hindrance. So we might look at posture, but in terms of using the exercises as a means to address that, you are getting better alignment, but you're also retraining your muscles how to work properly. So that leads to, like, personally, I've done a lot of kind of intense sports. I was a pole vaulter all through high school and college, and then I picked up boxing and kickboxing. And as I developed, like, learned the method more, and as I do it, the recovery time is a lot better. I don't deal with, taking a lot of ibuprofen to get through my workouts. It's a great warm up. You can increase speed, you can increase agility, and it really is just about how well things are functioning from the entire body perspective.
Yeah, right. And like hitting on like that with like two basic principles, the level of function, like the big thing to do is dysfunction and compensation as well.
Yeah.
Looking for like the root cause, of the pains is dysfunctional muscle. Now, dysfunction is broken, but it just means that there's muscles that aren't getting the stimulus with your daily activity to work how they need to. And the body knows that. And it would rather go for the path, of least resistance and not use those dysfunctional muscles, and therefore compensates, around it. So it borrows work, it deviates itself to really offload or not use the dysfunctional areas. That compensation in turn is what causes your pain, right? That physical pain, the joint working out,
Yeah.
or muscles overworking, or, overstressed as a result. So yeah, to really make sure that the position improves, we have to decrease the compensation patterns. But in order to make sure that the body functions better once the position improves, that's where the dysfunctional muscles need to be targeted. And we do that individualized, for people, because everybody can have different dysfunctions, different compensation patterns, and, knee pain. Like if we see somebody who comes in with knee pain, it could be 5 different movement patterns or mechanisms or compensation. We do that because everybody's different. People do activities, have different, throughout life's, jobs, professions. So we have to make sure we customize it to everybody coming through the door. So absolutely. And there's a comment to say that you're intense is a mild description for your activities. Yes.
Connect and correct. I'm not sure who that one is.
But
I just, I get bored sometimes, so you gotta spice it up a little bit.
well, it's cool to hear too, because like that's something that like clients, often ask her, and I think sometimes surprised to hear is like we do our menus too. We practice what we preach, and it's cool to hear like how it affects you. Like myself, I played hockey, baseball, soccer growing up, and then hockey was my main sport. And very, very strong in a great shape, but very deviated, very compensated and dysfunctional at the same time, so very imbalanced. So a lot of back pain. I could have some instances of sciatic pain going down my leg and burning in between my shoulder blades when I'm not in the hockey position, because my body had just adapted to being in that position. Because I was using muscles that way for so long, and then when I went to stand upright, out of that squatted hockey position, the body didn't respond as such. So yeah, I've healed my body with Egoscue and do my menus even to this day, because I noticed with mountain biking is one of the things I like to do. I can actually pump a lot harder and a lot more efficiently with my legs once my upper back is more aligned. better
Yeah.
access to my hips. So my hips work more efficiently. My quads don't tire out for all you bikers out there. Goes right to my primary hip flexors, and you can ride all day. So, and then sleep too. Sleep is
Yeah.
well. I always sleep better if I do a menu before bed. So it's really amazing what alignment and posture can affect.